Jesus replied, "My hour's not yet come," but faith was on her side. His mother turned and said, with a knowing glance, "Do whatever he tells you." This was their chance. 6 stone jars were standing, empty and cold, ceremonial vessels waiting to unfold. Jesus said, "Fill them with water to the brim." The servants obeyed, trusting in him. "Woman, why do you involve me?" Jesus replied, "My hour's not yet come," but faith was on her side. His mother turned and said, with a knowing glance, "Do whatever he tells you." This was their chance. The water turned to wine, a miracle so pure. The master of the feast, astounded, unsure, he called the bridegroom, saying, "You've saved the best. Until now this wine surpasses all the rest." "Woman, why do you involve me?" Jesus replied, "My hour is not yet come," but faith was on her side. His mother turned and said, with a knowing glance, "Do whatever he tells you." This was their chance. The water turned to wine, a miracle so pure. The master of the feast, astounded, unsure, he called the bridegroom, saying, "You've saved the best. Until now this wine surpasses all the rest." In Cana's quiet town, his glory was shown, the first of many signs where his power was known. His disciples believed, their hearts set aflame. In the wine he created, they saw his holy name.
And now let us read the Bible verses where this song comes from. It's found in John chapter 2, starting in verse 1 through 12. On the 3rd day, a wedding took place at Cana in Galilee. Jesus' mother was there, and Jesus and his disciples had also been invited to the wedding. When the wine was gone, Jesus' mother said to him, "They have no more wine." "Woman, why do you involve me?" Jesus replied, "My hour has not yet come." His mother said to the servants, "Do whatever he tells you." Nearby stood 6 stone water jars, the kind used by the Jews for ceremonial washing, each holding from 20 to 30 gallons. Jesus said to the servants, "Fill the jars with water." So they filled them to the brim. Then he told them, "Now draw some out and take it to the master of the banquet." They did so, and the master of the banquet tasted the water that had been turned into wine. He did not realize where it had come from, though the servants who had drawn the water knew. Then he called the bridegroom aside and said, "Everyone brings out the choice wine first, and then the cheaper wine after the guests have had too much to drink. But you have saved the best until now." What Jesus did here in Cana of Galilee was the first of the signs through which he revealed his glory, and his disciples believed in him. After this, he went down to Capernaum with his mother and brothers and his disciples. There they stayed for a few days. John chapter 2, verses 1 through 12.